What a game! And what a game! What a game! I was actually trying to it up this way. What a game! What a game! Sorry about the little uh, action there, but I am going here, and then I'm going here down there, and getting this live stream going so we can have some fun and talk about this. This is thank you for the thumbs up, whoever that was, and boom, live streaming, and there it is. Wow, this is a heck of a night. Good stream, heck of a night for a talk about a historic and incredible victory. It just was, and it was a game I thought we were gonna lose. Hey, Barry Lee. Hey, Golden State Raider. Epic. He says it best. Golden State Raider writes epic. Hey, how you doing? And it was indeed epic. Robert, how you doing? It was indeed epic. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm using the back camera again. So, I'm putting things right here so we can get going and talk about this this wild thing we call Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It was something else. No question about it. It was it was a game for the ages. And Durant shot with 14.3 seconds left at three. That was incredible. That was the unquestionably the difference maker in the entire contest. But it just was, and you can't say enough about how much this really is Kevin Durant's time. Richard Ray Archuleta. I have not seen you in some time. Ryan 5100 types he is speechless from the game. Go Warriors. Hey, go Warriors. Not a problem. And it was Robert Mitchell, hashtag Dub Nation. Barry League, hey man, we'll take you for as long as we can get you. But what an amazing contest. It was the best punch. It was something else. Let's go through the box score here. And I just, my mom was saying, don't you wish you were there or someplace else? I said, no, this is one of those times when you don't know. I mean, you want to, hey, watching my mom was fun, because like I said, my mom knows basketball better than anybody. So, wow. So anyway, 831 Scott says the officials tried to give the game to the Cavs. Didn't they do? Didn't they, though, excuse me? It was BS. It was a good day to see Klay Thompson go off tonight. Yes. Raider Gang says, what's up, everybody? This is Ellis Conway, by the way. Change my name. Hey, Ellis, how you doing? Why the name change? ML Scott Money Link says, hey, folks. Wow, that was a game. It was. Golden State Raider. You can tell LBJ is defeated. Yeah, because this was a game he knew they needed to have. It was a perfect setting. Go Warriors. Gotcha, Go Warriors. No worries. But they won. Fourth game and they win. That's right. Robert Mitchell says, we beat Cleveland and the refs tonight. True words have never been spoken. Golden State Raiders says they were not calling fouls for Golden State Warriors. No, they weren't. And how about those ticky-tacky fouls on Draymond Green? Barry Lee says, I want them to be the first team in history to go undefeated in the playoffs. One game from that. Raider Gann says, getting ready for football. Golden State Raiders says, I'm going to the Warriors celebration. Golden State Raiders says, it will be Sunday. It will be Sunday. Okay. I may still be here. If it's going to be on Sunday, I just may still be here. We'll see. But it's going to be Sunday. Wait a minute. It'll be Sunday if they win on Friday. Is that it? So it'll happen. Wow, that's a little premature. I think that's a little premature. Let's just take this one game at a time, because that's a jinx. You know what that reminds me of? Hold on, time out, everybody. You know what this talk reminds me of? It reminds me of I gotta go back and tweet this out. Yes, win Friday. That scares me. Let's just take this one game at a time. One game at a time. Just win Friday. I know we want to win on Friday, but the Cavs are a proud team and they'll figure out a way. it's at Cleveland. You know, they want to figure out a way. So all right. I keep saying, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, I don't know, it's interesting. The stream status went from good to just okay. That's crazy. This reminds me of the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots, and and prior to that contest, Bill Belichick saw a headline put out by, I don't know if it was fake news or if it was some email or it was real, whatever it was, or maybe it was just something put out by one of the newspapers in Philadelphia. This was back in 2004 for the 2005 Super Bowl, which I tried to get to Oakland, by the way, but I digress. And anyway, the Belichick read this announcement to his players about the Eagles parade and with the parade route and the time of the parade, right? And they hadn't even played the Super Bowl. So Belichick used that news to fire up his players. And they won. So my point is, don't go ahead of the game that needs to be won to achieve the objective. Because we were there before, and that was just a year ago. I know that we're in an era of, rapidly changing news and everything, but I'll tell you something. It's important to remember the recent past. It's too easy to forget it. It's almost as if our attention spans and our memories with respect to media are only about 4 months long. So, so I know we have one more game, excuse me. Bobby's 2204 says Kevin Durant is a human cheat code. Barry Strong. Barry, you're out? Okay, I'll see you, Barry. See ya. I second that. Very strong. I third that. I third or fourth or fifth that, excuse me. Very strong. Very strong. There we go. Very strong. So, but what a God, man. Let's go back over. Hey, Barry, how long are you in the hospital for? Are you still in the hospital? Or maybe it's too late for him to hear my question. I hope not. But I thought I'd ask. I thought I would ask. And maybe I did. But at any rate, how's everybody doing? Wow. I was just tweeting that out. He's still in the hospital. How long before you are released? Do you stay for the weekend, or what's the deal there? Bobby says, just put in 3-point shot for the GTA and Durant will score. Go Warriors. Hey, Go Warriors. Don't worry about it. I'll explain what Go Warriors is talking about. He called because he was having a problem with his camera, and I just give him some advice to help him do it. I think he was trying to call me on Skype or something out of the blue to ask a question, and whatever, it didn't work out. But you don't owe an apology for calling me, okay? That's not a big deal. You had a question, you called, you asked the question about your Skype camera or your camera and your iPad, that's what it was, and I gave you what I thought was advice. My question is, did you remember to, and I want to have a big discussion about this right now, but I'm just doing this out of courtesy to your text in the chat area. Did you remember to restart your iPad? And word to people out there as I'm doing this momentary aside, make sure you periodically restart your iPad to clear up your RAM, to free up RAM, okay? That's a good practice to do, okay? Hey, Barry does not know yet. Barry Lee had a stent put in his heart, so he doesn't know. He's still in the hospital in Texas, doesn't know when he's going to be released just yet. So, Octavio's here. Octavio. Robert Mitchell says, so many bad calls. And yeah, get well, Barry. He's right. So many bad calls. And Bobby says, to be up by 5 points and still lose, that just took the heart out of the Cavs. It did. It really did. And what's now the Cavs are in a really weird place because they can either fold or play heroic basketball and just, you would say, what would that be? But while we're talking about that, let's take a look at the box score. Okay, let me go back here and have a look at the box score. Because that was wild. Yeah, where are you, King Jose? King Jose. King Jose. King Jose calling King Jose. Calling King Jose. King Jose, that could be a rap. King Jose said LeBron was going to win it all. Thinks he's better than Jordan, y'all. Didn't show up when it mattered the most. Warriors are ahead 3-0. Almost to the ghost. Boom. That's my freestyle rap, okay? There we go. That's for you, King Jose. That is for King Jose. That is for King Jose. Oh, man. I'm going to get some crap for that one. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Greater Gan says, I think LeBron is out of there. Who cares? Who knows? I don't know. That was my first public attempt at freestyle rap. I've done private attempts at freestyle rap, like private, singing in the shower type, but that's my first public attempt at freestyle rap. Hey, after that, it might not be my last. I mean, at least I got off a real paragraph, right? Unlike some people, I'm thinking about Harvey Levin of TMZ, who basically gave a one-sentence rhyme and called that a rap. Okay? No. Not at all. I'm sorry. No. It didn't pass. And his staff is like, oh, and I'm thinking, oh, you only do that because you work for him. Anyway, okay, but I digress. I'm actually going right now to the box score so that we can take a look at this amazing game, all right? Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, here goes the box score, folks. I'll get to your comments in one moment, but this is fun. There it is, right there. Okay, so we have, for the Warriors, Kevin Durant, 40 minutes, 31 points. Draymond Green, 32 minutes, 8 points. Zaza Pachulia, 13 minutes, no points. Didn't have the best game there. Klay Thompson had 40 minutes and 30 points. Big contributions from Klay. Steph Curry, 39 minutes, 26 points. JaVale McGee, 7 minutes and a point. Andre Iguodala, 29 minutes and 7 points. Sean Livingston, 11 minutes and 6 points. Patrick McCaw, 3 minutes and 2 points. David West, 10 minutes and 7 points. Ian Clark, 8 minutes and no points. James McAdoo, no minutes and no points. And Matt Barnes, no minutes and no points. So the Golden State Warriors had a spotty overall contribution. If you take a look at Durant, Draymond Green was the weak link this time. And Zaza Pachulia was the weak link this time. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. So basically, this is once again, you had Andre Iguodala with 29 and 7. So you only had, if you consider the 5 main cylinders of the Warriors, you only had 3 of the 5 cylinders firing. Okay? Now if we take a look at rebounds, Kevin Durant had 8 rebounds, assists, turnovers. Boy, look at this. We have turnovers spread out, and overall, a number of turnovers from a number of people. Not quite what Steph Curry turned in, but this is a game that you've got to say that the field goal percentages really helped. 55.6 for Kevin Durant. And then Klay Thompson, look at that, 61.1%. Steph Curry, 42.1. So all of them, the big three, save for Curry, but he makes up for that shooting threes. All right, his 3-point percentage, they were all over 50%, significantly. Okay, so that's something to note. I think that is quite a notable statistic there. As I put you back there, that's quite a notable statistic. All right. Now I'm going to go over right now and now look at what the Cleveland Cavaliers did. Yeah, Clay, right. Robert Mitchell was right. Clay woke up tonight, and KD did have a sort of an off game. Hey, Rick Rice, how you doing? And 831 Scott says, Zinni, check free throw attempts, Cavs versus Warriors. Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to go back to the box score right now. I'm clicking over to, this is the Cleveland side of the ledger, okay? And here we come. This is the Cleveland box score right here, all right? Stay with me here. LeBron James, 45 minutes, 39 points. Kevin Love, 37-9. Love was the weak link here. Tristan Thompson, 23-0. J.R. Smith, 34-16. Kyrie Irving, 44 minutes and 38 points. So they had two cylinders firing. Shumpert, 11 minutes, 2 points. Kyle Korver, 24 minutes and 8. Richard Jefferson there, 15 minutes and 1 point, basically. Williams, 3 for 1. And then you had a number of players that did not play. Look at that. Did not play. Coach's decision. Channing Frye, Deshaunte Jones, James Jones, and Derek Williams. So you had, wow. That's the untold story there. That's the untold story there. That's something to note, folks. So as far as percentages, LeBron, let's get past this game. I'm not sure. It's too early to speculate. But anyway, look at this. LeBron James had 55.6, 44.4 from the three-point line. Actually better than Steph Curry. No, excuse me. Not better than Steph Curry. That's crazy. Steph Curry was over 55%. But he was better than Steph Curry here, but not here, all right? And he had 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Wow. Do you realize he was one away from another triple-double, LeBron James? Holy! As Bill King would have said about now, Bill King is the late, great announcer of Oakland Raiders games. Bill King would have said, and Warriors. He also called Warriors games too. Holy Toledo, he would have said. So that's a holy Toledo moment right there. Now, getting back to your points. Let's see here. Bobby says, LeBron James, 40 points and 38 for Irving is still lost. There's nothing they can do. But see, Bobby, keep in mind, Kevin Love was almost non-existent from a scoring perspective. He was, 38 minutes and 9 points? 28 minutes, and 9 points? Ooh. And you had 4 of their players that were inactive for the game. What was up with that? I got a chance. It says coach's decision. So basically, the Cavaliers went into this game having not played the lion's share of their bench. And they almost won. That's crazy. So, Karpov Liam says, laugh out loud, Cav fans still think their team is going to win 4 games in a row. Go Warriors says, haha, Warriors, like, saying like that song, and I quote, we are the champions, we are my friend. Bobby says, I love LeBron, but the heart is gone. Yep, and Golden State says, Cleve lame. Bill McKinney, how are you? He says, demoralizing. Robert Mitchell says, can we say dynasty? Go Warriors says, laugh out loud, GSR, Cleve lame. And here's my point about that, is that, look, I'm still struck regarding that whole news. Let me look that up about much of the team not playing. That's something else. Let me see. Cleveland. I'm typing Cleveland Cav. Lears. NBA Finals inactive, and let's see what we get. Okay. And so Cleveland Cavaliers NBA Finals inactive. And let's see where that's coming from here. And of course, waiting for news. And let's see here. It just reports the inactives, but it doesn't explain why. So this is an untold story. And this is an untold story. Cleveland had 4 players on the inactive list, and this wasn't written about, even though it said coach's decision, okay? And J.R. Smith not deterred by Warriors Game 3 win. Cavs in 7, he says. Let's see here. But that's fine. But here, this is the untalked about aspect of this game, and perhaps a reflection on the terrible state of media today. Again, you had 4 bench Cavaliers inactive for the game. Sat down. No one's talking about it. Why? And yet, they almost won. So that's why I say there's a reason for that. And Lou, maybe he's saving them for the long haul. It was coach's decision. A strategic decision. Maybe he felt, you know what? I'll save them for when I need them in case the Warriors win this one, and then we'll just go all out on Friday and we'll have all guns blazing. Maybe that was the idea. And Golden State Warriors, you can't say Lou's a horrible coach because he got the Cavs back to the finals for the second year in a row. That's not something a horrible coach does. So, no. Now, Henry Flores, if the Warriors win, will that impact the Vegas move? There's no connection between one and the other. Not direct connection. So, no. In fact, there's nothing there. I mean, well, wait a minute. The only connection I could see is this. A Warriors win might empower some in Oakland to appreciate the value that we have in our sports organizations and make a last-ditch effort to keep the Raiders in Oakland, which obviously impacts the Vegas move, right? So, and Rick Rice says, and they wonder why they gassed out. Right. Bobby says, I see plays that LeBron is running offense and not Lou. That's a problem. Why? Why is it that people have an issue? And I'm going to say something straight out that I think this is sort of, and hear me out when I say this. This is institutionally racist. And you're going to go, oh, what do I mean? This is what I mean. I mean, every time we have a talented black player, okay, it's the coach doesn't get the credit for it. In this case, LeBron. Yeah, LeBron helps form teams. He was instrumental in getting Lou hired, okay? But at the end of the day, he doesn't run the team. But you want a coach that's smart enough to let your players play within a framework, to set up the framework and let them play. Steve Kerr does that, all right? Does anyone say, well, oh, Steve Kerr, he is just sort of there and the players are playing? No, of course not. It's his strategy. Similarly with Lou, the Cleveland Cavaliers really had no business being back to the NBA Finals twice. None. And yet, because of his changing in their offense, adopting kind of a, not just a Warrior style, more of an analytic style, he altered it. Tyronn Lue is a very smart coach. He is a very smart coach. And if you have a superstar like LeBron James and you know that he's going to take over the game, you don't shut him down. In fact, that's the problem with the teams that Dwight Howard has went to. They don't give Dwight Howard room to take over a game. He can do that. So he comes away frustrated. So I completely disagree with that. But to say that LBJ runs the team, I think is insulting to Lou. And I can't subscribe to that at all. So Rick Rice says every time there's a talented black player, uh, but Rick Rice, you know what I'm saying. You just don't mean, okay, you really do know what I'm saying. Bobby gets what I'm saying. All right. Steve Collins says, don't count your chickens before they're hatched, fellows. Right. Golden Warrior says, true that, Steve. Yeah. And, hey, John Marks, how you doing? Hey, John, welcome. I was so busy yapping my mouth, I didn't hear you saying there. And the Karpov says, hard to defend against LeBron when the NBA penalizes players for aggressive defense. And they used to not do that. 831 Scott says, Cavs have no chance. Break out the brooms. They're going down in Game 4. Bill McKinley says, I grew up in LA as a Lakers fan from the Jerry West days. I watched a lot of good Laker teams. The Warriors team is the best team I've watched. And LeBron, Golden State Raiders says LeBron can have any coach and go to the finals. And that I disagree. Well, yeah, look, he's been in the finals 7 straight years. So it's hard to argue against that, right? But frankly speaking, the one thing all of his coaches have had in common is that they built a nucleus of players around him. Remember something, that when the Warriors beat the Cavs the first time around, the talk was that Kevin Love wasn't healthy because what's-his-name broke his arm or injured it. The last 2 years, that hasn't been the case, and we've gotten a Cavs victory, and now the Warriors are on the precipice, although I have some real issues with saying that they're going to win on Friday because of the fact that Lou held out 4 of his bench players, and the box score says in big letters, inactive, did not play, coach's decision. Times 4. So that's a huge issue. Now, Steve Collins says Yankees choked big time in 2004. I remember that. And Rick Rice says black players and black coaches get plenty of respect. Rick Rice, that's not what I'm saying. Okay? It's not about respect. Stop simplifying my point. My point is as complex as the situation. Okay? In this instance, all right, I have said, but when I say black players, I'm talking about every time there's a superstar black player. All right? There's this observation that is completely separate from the truth. That goes back to Jordan. In fact, that's a great point. It didn't go back to Jordan. I'll tell you why it didn't go back to Jordan. Because as great as Michael Jordan was, we always heard about the triangle offense and Phil Jackson. So it was even. It was even, all right? But when LeBron James brought the Cavaliers to the finals, it was Mike Brown. We didn't hear about how great a coach Mike Brown was. We only heard about LeBron. I mean, come on. And my point again is this. When you stick, or like with Spoelstra, it was like, Spoelstra's a great coach. He assembled this team, and, Pat Riley did this great job of assembling the Miami Heat. Remember all that? It was an acknowledgement of the team and not just LeBron. But why is it in this case, even with LeBron, it has to be just LeBron? No, I'm sorry. And I'm only saying things to you that black folks say to each other in private. I don't have my conversations like that. I talk about how people think in America, period. I don't have one conversation for black friends, one conversation for white friends, and all this jazz. No, I don't do that. So, Eric Spoelstra, yeah. And Golden State says his bench players won't matter. Let's see here. Thank you for the moderation job, John. Much appreciated. And Golden State Raiders says, so why now say Lou is a great coach? Because he got them to the finals. That's why. Twice. In as many years. And when he was hired, people just laughed. Oh, who is he? Okay? So, Bobby says, I get what you're saying. However, if Lou had a bag of tricks, he should have used them tonight. Because going down 3-0 is not good. He needed to make an adjustment, and he didn't do much. Actually, Lou said, Rick, I don't care that you're black. All right? I'm still going to say you're wrong. Okay? I don't care. All right? You're wrong. And Rick, if you're black, you say, as well as I do, that I'm only saying something that most black folks say among each other, and they won't say it among a group, let alone in public. You know that, okay? So, you stepped in it. Anyway, my point is, but so did Alex Spoelstra's 84 straight. Okay. But Bobby says not, anyway, Bobby has some great points here. Bobby says he needed to make an adjustment. He didn't do much. And Bobby, I specifically remember Doris saying on the telecast that Lou said, I'm not going to tell you what my strategy is, but they're making some fundamental errors in execution. He says they're not playing within their head space. And what he was alluding to was that they were so excited from being at home that if he calls a play or series of plays or a strategy and they get excited, and then maybe someone from the Warriors says something to them, maybe Draymond pisses them off, all of a sudden they're not playing their game. You could argue they're playing the Warriors game, right? But all of that impedes Lou's ability to implement his game design. All right, that's why I say that, all right? So, well, of course we can, Rick Rice. That goes without saying. But you're wrong. But John Mark says, hello. Golden State Raiders says, racism is everywhere, not just toward black people. Correct. Absolutely. But I'm talking about in this instance how that kind of conversation about LeBron it takes away a desire to discuss strategy. It's an absolute. And it's just like saying, oh, well, the Raiders are foregone conclusion, they're going to Vegas, everything's going to go work out. We don't know that. So in other words, like I talked about last night, don't ask any questions, don't study anything, right? It's a done deal. You know that term done deal, which I hate, by the way? There's so much to this rush to just state absolutes rather than the joy of thinking, the joy of discussing strategy, the joy of dissecting why something either worked or did not. Now, so, and Brian made some excellent points here. Yeah, let's see here. Hola, everyone. Rick Rice says, oh, I got that one. Raiders Cat. Hola, everyone. It's been a while. Yeah, where you been, man? And you were not subscribed. Hey, welcome back. Bobby says, and I also agree it's not all Lou's fault. 831 Scott says, I think the Cavs' game plan was great, but then Klay Thompson showed up. Didn't he, though? 61%? That's the story of the game right there, aside from 4 bench players not being there. Big April says, but racism hits black people the hardest. Yeah, it does. Because of the screwed up mentality of, dark is bad and light is good that impacts us to this day. I mean, all right? So, and to not talk about that is criminal. John Mark says, hashtag Barry Strong, Golden State Raider. Brian Good Combos, I said that before. Ivan 3600. Everyone giving KD hate, saying he ruined the league for making one final and most likely winning it. But how about LeBron making 7 straight finals? Nobody says a word. Hey, exactly. And, I mean, look, you have to say that LeBron James, you have to give him his due. Maybe someone doesn't like that he complains to the refs. My mom doesn't like that. But I like that LeBron is a consistently tough player. And you know what I particularly like is that he's given a city, Cleveland, something to smile about. If you think about it, the Cavaliers are the only thing Cleveland has been able to smile about in a while. Okay? That's because LeBron said he's going to come back and bring a championship, and he did, and he's trying to do it one more time. You got to love that. You got to love that civic pride that I wish Oakland sports teams had for Oakland. And yeah, even the A's, because if the A's had pride, I'm sorry, I like Dave Cavall as a president, but he would have been right there in the ground with his feet, making a deal with the Raiders to keep them in Oakland on his own. So anyway, so there. What's up? Steve Collins says, Marv Levy is a great coach of 4 straight. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Mark Levy is one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. Thank you. Brian Guthrie, hell of a game. bring on an undefeated history. And let's see here. Big Eightful says, let's see here. Big Eightful said, Steve Collins is asking for Big Eightful to explain the racism hitting black people hardest. And then Big Eightful later says, police shootings, unemployment, how a white man fresh out of prison has the same amount of a chance of a black man fresh out of college to get a job in the prison system. Big Eightful says, have I explained enough? I think you're doing pretty well. And Henry Flores says, like Marshawn Lynch in his pride, talking about the Raiders. And yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you reminded me of that, okay? Well, because Marshawn Lynch is, for all practical purposes, the exception that has proven the rule. That most Oakland sports teams don't show that kind of pride in their city, historically. Go Warriors says, let's see here. Sorry, what did Go Warriors say? Go Warriors says, sorry I have to say this, also Go Athletics, but support hometown baseball team off topic, but the Colorado Rockies are leading the National Baseball League in standings. Go Rockies. John Mark says, remember to call Desiree Reed Francois, Director of Athletics for UNLV, at 702-895-4729. She is the athletic director. Brian Guidry says, Cleveland needs to go into a drunken stoop again for another 60 years. Go Warriors. Octavio Arias says, no dribbling, a lot of traveling. Yes! My God, they let Kyrie Irving walk to the moon. You know, I couldn't believe this. I mean, it's like, how many steps are you going to let these guys take? I mean, they just basically, refs were handing the Cavs the game. They were handing the Cavs the game. That was the Lord. Lord said, you're not going to cheat your way into a victory. You're going to have to earn it. No. That was the Lord. That was the Lord, okay? And Donis says, that's the nature of the beast to complain the refs. Rick Rice says, I have a lot more respect for LeBron if he took a game-winning shot. Rick Rice. Earlier this year, LeBron single-handedly brought the Cavs back from down against the Detroit Pistons by 26 to win. I saw that game. That was superhuman. He has that in him. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. But no, man. This is like, you know what? This is one of those bar conversations you have where it's like, no, dude. All right, you want another round? No, dude. You want another round? I'm not advocating don't drink and drive, by the way, okay? Some of you are younger than drinking age, okay? Do not do this yet. I'm just saying. If you're too young to drink, don't do this. Or if you want to do it, have cranberry juice, all right? Just want to get that disclaimer in. My whole point is, this is one of those conversations that friends have, regardless of where they are, all right? And it's like, no, dude. You're like, no, dude. I'm like, no, dude. I'm saying, no, dude, all right? Now, Raider Cat says, okay, I subscribe back and hit the notification button. Hopefully I get notifications now because I didn't for a month. Oh, wow, okay. Hey, Raider Cat, welcome back. And Raider Cat is in a particular type of condition. And I remind you, some of the people here are below 21. So please keep your exchanges with that in mind, because some of you are parents, by the way. You know what I'm saying. So Bobby says, to be honest, I feel that blacks need to build our own economy, in my opinion. I understand what you're saying. Byron Gendry says, hey, Steph, got away with an obvious call as well. He did. But, hey, Brian, you have to admit that the calls, the walks, really went the Cavs' way. They really did. Henry Flores says, classic when the going gets tough cheat. Karpov says, the Cavaliers are the best superstar of all. The referees. Karpov gets the comment of the night. Ding! Ivan says, Iguodala got his range. Didn't he, though? High five on that. Steve Collins says, what's happening to palming the ball? Yeah, well, it wasn't as much palming, but there was a lot of walking. And so, let's see here. Right. John Marks, never drink or drive, call Lyft. And, your cat says, J.R. Smith tweeted Cavs in 7 right after the loss. I respect not giving up, but Jesus, even the NBA can't help Cleveland. Octavio Arias says he never takes the finals important shot. Karpov says he's talking about LeBron. Karpov says, what happened to defense? I feel like I'm watching the ballet. That's the real question. My question is, where's King Jose when you need him? Just asking. 831 Scott says, I could believe it, Zenny. The same thing happened last year. The officials gave the Cav games. It's disgusting the way they need to call the game and then the same at both ends of the floor. Yep. Gold Warrior says, laugh out loud, Zenny. You are like a cat on a rampage, though you're going crazy. I like that. Ivan says, always, well, I can't repeat that. Rick Rice says, LeBron is great, but he doesn't have the clutch gene. That's why he'll never be Jordan. That's all I'm saying. And I disagree with that because when you say clutch gene, I completely disagree with that. LeBron has taken the clutch shots before. It's just we don't remember them. But I do. I remember, but see that 26 points where he put on a Superman cape. I don't know. Obviously, Rick Rice, you didn't see that. I did. So, forget it. Brian Guidry says, I can't, even though it was a good non-call at times. What Kyrie did, he deserved the non-call. Rick Rice says, Curry double dribbled when he shook up LeBron in game 2 too. But you guys know what I'm saying, okay? Rick Rice is putting on his I'm gonna be like King Jose 19 cape. Radio Cat says, no problems, I watch what I say. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Thanks, folks. Bobby says, good night, everyone. Hey, Bobby, thanks for participating. Great comments, by the way. Comment on the Night Award goes to you. Big April says, good night to Bobby. Octavio Arias says, 80s games are more artistic. What do you mean by that, Octavio? And I haven't forgot about that idea there at the round table, folks. Steve Collins says, night, Bobby. Rick Rice says, so Zinni, you think LeBron is equal to Jordan? I think they are great in different ways. And I really do. I don't think, however, that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. And I think that I would love to see Michael Jordan and LeBron James on the same team. I really would. Octavio Harris says, Magic passes, balls back. You think Clay will stay with the Warriors? That remains to be seen. Go Warriors. Some of you are talking as if this is over. I'm waiting, all right? Go Warriors says, bye, y'all. See you tomorrow. Have storm and lightning there. Be careful, all right? Be careful. And good night. Huge dunks. Peace to you, says Big Eightful. Joseph Jones says, stats don't mean a thing without the ring. He's not the GOAT. And, but wait. LeBron does have a ring. He has more than one ring. He's got 3. So, careful there. Christian Laura says LeBron's better than Jordan. That's a fact. Jordan Yancey says he's not better than Kobe. We do tend to forget about Kobe. Karpov says, all this talk about Jordan and LeBron, you guys don't even mention Wilt Chamberlain. Sad. Respect for pointing that out. You're right. Wilt, one of the greatest. But, it's... Hold on a second. 831 Scott says, who cares if Curry double dribbled? He's talking to you, Rick. This is going to be the Cavs fans' excuse for losing the finals. Rick Rice says, if you had to pick one, gun to my head, LeBron or Jordan, no free passes tonight, I'm taking Jordan. John Mark says, Warriors sweep today. Brian Guidry, it's all over, bring out the brooms. Joseph Jones says he has only 2, Zinni. Well, okay. Ivan says he's got 3 but loses, though. Well, actually, wait a minute. He's got the 2 with the Heat. And he's got what? With the Heat versus OKC. And then they lost. Okay. And then he's got the one with Cleveland. Okay, so there's 2. Why do I keep thinking 3? I have to go back and look at that one. But I'll take your word for it, Joseph Jones. Fine, because you can search it, and right now I'm talking, so I defer to you, too. Fine. ML Scott says, Steve Collins says, I would take Magic over LeBron James to start a team any day. ML Scott says, everyone click thumbs up for Zinni. Yeah, please, thank you. Thank you. Christian Laura says, Warriors are going to choke a 3-0 lead. You heard it here first from Christian. Donis says, be careful, remember last year, right? Brian Guidry says he has 3. Okay, so my point is, yeah, he's got 3. 2, he's got 1 from Cleveland, 2 from Miami. Henry says, speaking of Wilt, did he score more points than women in his lifetime? I don't know, but boy, anyway. John Mark says, hey, Christian, how you doing? Rick Rice says, yeah, I don't care that Curry double dribbled. I was agreeing with you guys that the rest were letting a lot of stuff go. Gotcha. It's funny how people can read text differently than if you say something, right? Because if you had said that in a group, we would have looked at it quite differently. Ivan says, he's beat the Spurs but lost 4 finals. Joseph Jones says, one in Miami, one Cleveland. Octavio Harris says Magic, Kareem, Bird, Jordan, Shaquille. Big Eightful says, I will take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar first over all of them you talked about. Christian says Shaq is better than KD. Ooh. No, I can't see that. Shaq's a center. The best center ever to me. Even better than Wilt Chamberlain. Because Wilt came at a different time. But I don't think Wilt will be as good this era. But Shaq transcends. Donna says, anything can happen. Steve Collins says, Octavio, thumbs up. John Mark says, who's better, Kareem or Shaq as Lakers center? Shaq. Octavio says, basketball art. Yeah, but still, I'm not feeling you on that one, Octavio. 831 Scott says, the Warriors are healthy this year. They aren't choking anything away. Brooms, sweep, sweep. Big Eightful says, Kareem. Wow. You would take Kareem over Shaq? I mean, nothing but love for Kareem, but no. I mean, Shaq is just this massive presence in the middle with the gorilla dunk, and I mean, his free throwing was awful. From the line, it was atrocious. Like, God, can this guy hit? Ivan says Shaq only got rings because of Kobe and D. Wade. Nah. Brian Guidry says, I mean, I agree that they were a nice pairing, but Shaq being on those teams helped those teams to a point where they're at finals level. What could hit a consistent free throw? Better all-around D than Shaq? No. Because Shaq is intimidating in a way that Wilt's not. John Mark says, Bill Russell, the best of the best. Yeah. Excellent. Rick Rice contends NBA is rigged. 100% it will go to Game 5. Octavio said, different type of player. Big Eightful says, yeah, Skyhook, Shaq all game. Christian says, Lonzo Ball could go to the Warriors. If Lonzo Ball fell to the Warriors, that would be so huge. I'm sorry. That would be just amazing. Amazing. Christian, why do you say that? Are the Warriors trying to work a trade to move up? Jordan Yancey, LeBron have 3 rings, just looked it up. Thank you. 3 rings. So my point is, that's what I thought. 2 from the Heat and 1 with with Cleveland, all right? John Marks says, no way, Rick Rice. Warriors sweeping Friday, bank it. Like John Marks. John? As much as I want to see that, I'm just kind of... Christian says that, yeah, a lot of rumors that Lonzo is going to the Warriors. I would love to see that. 831 Scott. As far as skill at center, I would take Hakeem all day. He was one of my faves. Great all-around player. Octavio says, Magic, Jordan, point guard, Bird, and Kareem forward. Shaq center, basketball, jaw-dropping art. Good call. Good call there. Rick Rice says, do you think all of the Warriors would go to the White House? No. Jordan Yancey says he's not going past the Lakers. I kind of think let's just wait for this game because of last year. So I'm not prepared to, do that right just yet, okay? I'm just not, all right? So, LeVar Ball for NBA coach. I'm mad at LeVar Ball. Oh, by the way, folks, flash, I'm trying to get Lee Steinberg, so if all goes according to plan, Lee Steinberg will be on tomorrow. I haven't firmed up the time, but more than likely it'll be 4 o'clock Eastern, 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern. I'll let you know, okay? So, I know it's earlier, but I got to work within Lee's schedule. Lee is my friend, famous sports agent to Steve Young, Troy Aikman, currently Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, and what is wrong with me tonight? But Mr. Lynch of the Broncos, and I'm quite excited to have him on again. And there's going to be a lot to talk about because Lee's got not just 2 of the top quarterbacks in the draft of the past 2 years. He has resurrected. He has resurrected his his career, resurrected his career. And I know there's some people who claim, like John Marks, who claim that Paxton Lynch isn't all that great. He just got in as a rookie, all right? Just got in there, all right? So, hey. And he just got in there. So, where are we now? Oh, we've got... Octavio says, none of the Warriors go to the White House. And, Lonzo to the Lakers. Big April says, who's going to start the next Super NBA team after this season? I got the Spurs. Christian Laurie says, Lonzo to OKC. Ivan says, the 76ers. Steve Collins says, if Lakers take Ball, he will become the next Bo Kimball. Rick Rice says, Lonzo Ball to the Shanghai Sharks. Karpov Liam says, there's going to be a huge influx of bandwagon fans if Golden State Warriors win Game 4. Yep. Christian Laurie says, Westbrook should go to Cleveland. Jordan Yancey says, don't talk if you don't have no more than 16 banners. Ivan says, Carmelo and Blake to OKC. John Mark says, Paxton Lynch will get eaten by Khalil Mack. Octavio says, Paxton won't win one game. Oh, gosh, you guys, I'm telling you to watch out for the Broncos with their coach, and Van Joseph. I would not bet against them with the talent they have on that team, the fact that they are unpredictable. We don't know what they're going to do offense, defense. So Raiders have an advantage in that we don't know. We have a new offensive coordinator, and that's going to bring a different set of tendencies than previous years and a different approach, slightly different approach. So that gives the Raiders an edge. But the Broncos are total unknown, a new team in a number of different ways, including the coaching staff. So that teams like that in the modern era, to me, are dangerous. Look what happened with the Falcons the first year under Dan Quinn. How about the second? So, all right. John Marks says, watch the donkey go last. Oh, John Marks makes fun of the donkey. The donkey. I'm thinking of the donkey in the Shrek movies. Eddie Murphy. And Ivan says, the Chargers will do better than Denver. Big April says, Ryan Huckabee says, it seems like no one can see the superhuman status of LeBron James took the Warriors in the finals when they were compared to the Chicago Bulls because of the record. Right, that's all I'm saying. But look, Ryan, I say that LeBron's superhuman. I do, okay? He is on a level with Jordan. I don't think he's better. But wow. John Mark says, thank you, Big Eightful. Octavio says, Simeon beat Paxton for start. But I'm telling you, Paxton is the guy this year. Brian Guidry says, poor Chargers. Mike Williams already hurt. Rick Rice says, no Raiders getting donkey pushed for the night. Rick Rice says, no Raiders getting donkey punched for the next 5 years. Rick Rice, do you mean that the donkey is punching the Raiders or the Raiders are punching the donkey? Ivan says, the Browns don't look bad on paper. They do not. One of the best when they do not. Made some great trades. I, however, love their draft, but I am quite concerned about the offensive design, and I am a big believer in scheme, okay? I really am, and I'm not convinced that Hugh Jackson has installed, and I'm saying this as a full Hugh Jackson fan, has installed a system that pays attention to time motion study. That, I mean, by all rights, the offense they had last year, in terms of talent, should have ran them into the playoffs. I don't mean run like running. I mean, but in terms of the talent and speed on that team with Terrell Pryor and others, and that they didn't get it done with that young nucleus there and with Corey Coleman from Baylor, oh my God, and with Art Briles there to talk about the importance of space in an offense. There were so many opportunities that were just lost. This gives me a headache thinking about it. It does. So, Octavio says, we will run down their throats. Ryan Huckabee says, cool. 831 Scott says, I hate Dwight Howard. He is a dirty player, but I loved him as an analyst. He can have a career behind the mic if he wants it when he retires. John Mark says, Raiders donkey punch the Denver Broncos. Yee-haw. Octavio says, Raiders will play in Oakland at least 5 more years. I agree. John Marks says Raiders will play in Oakland forever. I agree with that. Frederico, how you doing? Frederico says Kevin and Thompson, 41 points today. Rick Rice says LeBron is a much better athlete in general, but the guy passed it to Korver when he had a chance to win the game. Jordan, the better basketball player. LeBron, the better athlete. That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment, I think. Octavio says, hope Browns beat the Steelers. And, hold on a second. I'm actually looking for a little bit of a, one moment, folks. Just got to get something here. I just got to make a little bit of a seat adjustment. Bear with me for one moment. Excuse me. That's better. Okay. That's much better. All right. So I think it's better. Wait a minute. Is it better? Let's see here. That's better. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know that I want to have that kind of conversation here. All right. So, there we go. All right. Now, where did I go? All right. So, we have... I'm still not quite tall enough. It's funny. I was trying to get something in the pillar. What's going on is I've got... This camera is angled slightly, so it's slightly up, right? So I'm trying to put my head so it's at the center. I've got it, but I'm still not quite there. So at any rate, now. All right, so now, folks, we come to talking about the Raiders. Wait a minute. Dorian says, John Marks liked my donkey call. Dorian Sandivera says, no way, LeBron can't guard another superstar all game. Jordan or Kobe would D up another superstar all day long. LeBron ain't to that level. Ooh. I think LeBron is... I just can't see any reason why I would not want LeBron James on my team. And I like Rick Rice's comment, and bears repeating. He says that LeBron is talking about LeBron versus Jordan, is a much better athlete in general, but the guy passed it to Korver when he had a chance to win the game. Jordan, the better athlete, basketball player. LeBron, the better athlete. And I think there's... I don't 1,000% subscribe to that, but I do think there's some truth to that. Karpov says Jordan had a 8-inch vertical, much higher than LeBron's. And that's why I'm not comfortable comparing them. When I think of Michael Jordan, I think of dunking from starting at the top of the key. Remember that? Whew. So, Joseph Jones says LeBron needs to work on his killer instincts because you don't pass when you're on the rim. But he had the killer instincts. They won last year. They did. And remember, this is not over. So don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Rick Rice says, can't wait till football season. Hey, by the way, we need football. John Mark says, sounds better, Zenny. Yeah, thank you. And okay, now let's talk football because we have the agenda for the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. We have the agenda for the Las Vegas Stadium Authority. So I'm going to take you right to the Las Vegas Stadium Authority website. I'm going to read off the agenda for you for tomorrow's meeting. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow, okay? We've got a huge day tomorrow. I mean, we got a big day, okay? And big day is the Comey hearings at 10 in the morning, right? We've got the Comey hearing at 10 in the morning. We've got the UK vote, which, you realize that it's past 8 in the morning and the polls have already opened in the UK for the vote? It's exciting stuff. Theresa May could lose, all right? Pay attention to what happens around the world, folks. Let me tell you how exciting this is. And John and Mary's not he's asleep. But John Marks, I think you're old enough. Steve as well, Collins, I believe you're 60, right? You all remember a time we didn't have the internet, which gave us this ability to have this, which now gives us the ability to have this fingertip, literally, perspective on what's happening around the world. It's fun to feel so interconnected. It's just, it's so cool, you know. And make up jazz when I have like someone Octavio who's in Argentina, right, or is it Brazil? Okay, it's fun stuff, you know, fun stuff. It just is fun stuff. John Mark, you're 48. Ryan Huckabee's 37. Ivan is 16. Ivan, welcome. 16. And John Mark says Vegas sucks. Henry Flores says, will the city of Oakland ever sue for eminent domain? Do they at least have a plan to strike? You know, I haven't heard any mumblings around that, so I don't know. Karpov says is 23. Octavio's in Panama. Hey Octavio, what's the food of what is the dish that Panama is known for that I should have? I'm just curious. And Octavio's 43. We were having some great dating conversations the other time. Brian Guidry says, no internet sucked all those encyclopedias. Federico says, what is Zenny thinking about if Chargers went to Las Vegas and Raiders gone to LA or maybe to Sacramento? So Octavio says Panama. Now, avocado or kiwi, says Ryan Huckabee. Joseph Jones says, I liked it better when you had to speak in person instead of the internet. I'm 42. And Joseph, I understand what you mean because, you know, John Marks reminds us we need to call the Oakland mayor, urge for court injunction at 510-238-3141, and also at Libby Schaff, by the way, it's on Twitter. And Ivan says, I'd rather have the Raiders in Vegas than LA. I'd rather have the Raiders in Oakland than either place. Octavia says, Bolo Pernado. Bolo Pernado. Bolo Pernado. What is Bolo Pernado? I need to find out what a picture of that looks like. Bolo Pernado. What does that look like? What is that? I have never heard of that before. Folks, see, on Zenny62 live vlog, live stream, you learn about things like Boho Pernado. Here is a photo of Boho Pernado. This is it. Take a look at Boho Pernado real quick, folks. This is it. There it is. Ta-da. Boho Pernado. There it is. Ta-da. Boho Pernado. That's what Panamanian, it's like a dumping, says Karpov. Karpov, you've had it before? It looks good. It looks good. Boho Pernado. I wonder what the recipe is. Let's see here. It is, look at this. This Wikipedia listing is written in something I can't. It says translate this page. Ta-da. And so it's in Spanish. And, yeah. It's pre-loaf or pre-bread. It is different pieces of bread stuffed wheat or corn, depending on the area, typical of Spain and Panama. And here they are. Bolo Panado, okay. Interesting. Black bun is basically what it's called. Okay, black bun. And they have some on the preparation. So it's really, and there it is, all right? There's a picture of it. Preload buns. Remember, this is translated into English. And they have sausage, noble sausage, put in a tray. This is stuff. I'm not gonna go too much about it. But Octavio says wrong. Okay, oops, sorry about that. I'm doing it the other way. So I'm turning this around so that the sound is better because of the issues that we had the other time, which are gone until I can get that fixed. So at any rate, now, it does look good. Rick Rice says it looks like a Cena wrap. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Ivan says, I want the Raiders to stay in Oakland, but I know they would relocate. What I'm saying is I'd rather have them relocate to Las Vegas than Los Angeles. He's saying that to John Marks. Okay, what's in it? All right. And John Marks says, no problem, Ivan. Karpov says, Russian food is my favorite, though. What is considered Russian food? Oh, hey, before I go too far down that pack, or that oven, let me explain what the agenda is for the Las Vegas Stadium Authority meeting coming up, all right? Ready? This is tomorrow. Clark County Commission Chambers, meeting details, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. which is 4 o'clock here. All right. So the meeting agenda is as follows. And that 1 p.m. might start when I'm starting with Lee. I'll work that out. Call to order, roll call, establishment of quorum, public comment, approval of agenda with the inclusion of any emergency items and deletion of any items, possible action. Chairman committee comments, approval of minutes of Las Vegas Stadium Authority Board meeting, approval of minutes of the meetings from May 11th through the 22nd, basically May 11th, 18th, and 22nd. Receive a progress report from staff on administrative items relating to the formation and operation of the Las Vegas Stadium Authority, and receive a progress report from staff on the status of the UNLV Joint Use Agreement. There's an asterisk there. And it says, if necessary, updated drafts of project documents will be provided to the Stadium Authority Board in conjunction with these items. That's one of them. Receive a progress report from staff on the status of the personal seat license agreement. That's an asterisk as well. Receive a status report on the NFL Stadium project, public comment, and adjournment. All right. So, the UNLV item is the big issue. I don't see any mention regarding the financing agreement. I don't see any mention regarding the community benefits agreement. That's only basically 2 of 11 outstanding agreements. Now, we are family, we are one, we are warriors. I'm going to stop at 1:30, by the way. And let's see here. Rick Rice says, forget Sisolak in his long sleeve shirts. 831 Scott says, culinary Zenny 62 live stream. Yeah, wasn't that cool? You get it all here, you know? You do. And Octavia says, Panama's is made with sweet corn. Interesting, I did not know that. Wait a minute. And so, Henry Flores says, if I'm going to Vegas, I will spend my money at a strip... well, anyway. He will spend his money at a house of ill repute. He says if he has spare money left, he might catch a game. Okay, fine. Henry, I'm keeping in mind the fact that our youngest viewer is 16 years old. Now, Star Victory, well, I know, I get what you're saying, Henry. Maybe it's, Star Victory says the jackpot is the subscription new members from Next Draw. I don't know what you're talking about there. Star Victory is talking about something that I have no idea. Hey, Star Victory, all right. Star Victory, I'm going to give you a timeout there, okay? Don't quite know where you're headed, so stay within the flow of the conversation. You can't do that. You can't participate. John Marks says he's going to the Star Trek Experience. Is that still there, John? I thought it was gone. Octavio's going to join Henry. Joseph says, hey, Zenny, feels like it's over to me. What do you think? I don't think it's not over until it's over. I'm not going to forget last year. Henry Flores says, okay, Octavio. He says something and, and Octavio says he'll go to the game. King Jose, wait a minute. Stop the presses. King Jose is in the house. King Jose is in the house, and he informs us. He informs us that the Cavs will win 4 straight. To which Henry Flores says, no. To which I say, no. To which John Marks says, I don't think so. Henry Flores says, it's gone. Star Trek Experience is gone. Yeah, for years. It's been some time, John, since Star Trek Experience has been there. In fact, I was in the room that Star Trek Experience used to be at what used to be the Hilton. Frederico, thank you for the $2, man. Thank you. I thank you. I really thank you for that. It really means a lot. It really does. Thank you. Karpov says, how will they win 4 straight? Kevin Durant is not that stupid. I don't know if it's a matter of being stupid. There's a lot of hubris there. Rick Rice says LeBron is so great, he'll spot his opponents 3-0. 831 Scott says, laugh out loud. Cavs are done, King Jose. But wait. Here's the real question that King Jose has not even begun to address. King Jose, it's time to admit that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. Period. All right? It is. King Jose is just wasting my time, says Brian Guidry. I kid. I'll enjoy his silence soon. The thing about it, Brian, is I don't think it's ever going to be silent. Ostack said, when did the Cavaliers slow the pace down at the end? Or why did the Cavaliers slow the pace down at the end when they were up by 6? That's what cost them the game. They tried to win some clock out, but lost momentum. Kyle Korver had a wide open three and passed. John Marks said, I'm not going to Vegas now. King Jose is 19 says, nah, LeBron over Jordan. 831 Scott says, Jordan is the GOAT. The GOAT. The greatest of all time. And King Jose is like, Joseph says, Benjamin says, Michael Jordan would have had 7 of 9 titles had he never retired. Plus, he never played a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. That's dominance. King Jose says, LeBron has faced tougher teams. Get out. I don't mean get out, but I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Besides King Jose, you got Warrior. You realize, don't you, that your icon of Warrior colors? Just saying. John Mark says, Reno is better. Dorian says, LeBron ain't even better than Kobe. King Jose says, he is not... King Jose says, is he not had to retire a gambler? That's a confusing... Want to try that one again? By the way, it's 124. I'm going to stop at 130, folks. And John Mark says, Circus in Reno, baby. I like Circus in Reno. Actually, I like the Grand Sierra. My late stepfather was a great gambler there, Chester Yerger. I also like the El Dorado. They take good care of us. Treat my mom like a queen, the queen that my mom is. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. We've got... What about Comey tomorrow, man? Woo! How many people are going to wake up, clear their schedule to watch Comey tomorrow? Me. Ostack says Kobe is the... What? King Jose says Bill Russell, 11, Jordan 6. Yeah, but King Jose, Bill Russell is not LeBron James. Bill Russell, great man. John Mark says the El Dorado in Reno is awesome. Yes. Rick Rice says Livingston for MVP. There's an argument to be made there. Although, Kevin Durant, that shot, 14.9 seconds, 3, bam, nothing but net. Wow. ML Scott says, I am. ML Scott's going to watch Comey. I'm going to watch Comey. John Marks, no Comey for you? Octavio says, use World Cup qualifier. USA World Cup qualifier tomorrow. That's right. King Jose says, refs for MVP. Hey, finally something King Jose has written that I completely agree with. Wow. Absolutely. You know what? What's that old saying? You live long enough in life, you'll see everything. Karpov says, yeah, the qualifier is worth watching. John Mark says, what's Comey? Rick Rice says, hey, Zinster, do you ever have to go to work? I am working. But this is what I do, Rick. So, I mean, you know, this is my show. Sunday through Thursday, okay? So, I do, in terms of work, I do online reputation management, search engine optimization. I'm a social media consultant. I am consultant to a number of PR firms. I make content for people. So that's what I do. That's the business that I run. If you go to zenny62.com, you ever went to my website, zenny62.com, go there. I'll write it down. That's I run a network of 96 blogs at the core, okay? So yeah. So there. So anyway, Octavio says support USA and Panama. Dorian says USA should be in good shape. And Comey was the former director of the FBI. That's right. Brian Guidry says good night, y'all, and catch you Friday. King Jose, Tina, look forward to your silence or complaining, just like most kids. 831 Scott says I love Curry swiping the ball. I got that. I had that on video. I got that. I mean, in fact, it was so funny because he left LeBron like this. I mean, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. King Jose says, WTH. Ryan Huckabee says, Conor McGregor is a Raider for life. Really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Conor McGregor is an Oakland Raider for life. Oakland Raider for life. Yeah. Yeah, Curry came through like a thief in the night. That was beautiful. Karpov says that swipe is going to be a meme soon. It is. You know, because he just took it from him, and LeBron's just like, whoosh. I mean, it's hilarious. Even, you know, my mom was cracking up. ML Scott says, Everyone click on thumbs up for Zinni. Yes, thank you, please. And John Mark says, I need my season tickets. Rick Rice says, I had no idea about all that. You should advertise your other services more. Yeah, I'm looking for clients. I've had one client for 10 years in crisis PR. And what I do is I advocate for products. I disclose that I'm doing it. I do not disclose it. What I do is I don't take on clients whose message I don't believe in, okay? But what I do when I do take them on is my primary responsibility is helping them with social media and spreading their message, all right? And that's generally a product message, and that has been, like, for example, for Bauer Limousines, or if it's not a product message, I'm strictly helping with social media in terms of I build blogs, I build WordPress blogs, I build blogger blogs from scratch, and I build social media accounts, Twitter. I design them so they work in unison between the blogs and Twitter account and Facebook pages, so they work in conjunction with each other. I build platforms is what I do. And my first company was Sports Business Simulations. It's actually still, the website still exists even though the company really doesn't. But it was based around a game that I built of the Oakland Athletics for use in the classroom. But what I do now is called influencer marketing. Okay, that's what I do. Because I have people like yourself, and you might ask me for advice on something. You don't always have to take it. I'll tell you. And I basically tell you about people that not all the time I'm doing business with. Sometimes it's a restaurant I like or not, or something like that. But that's influencer marketing, and that's a new industry within online marketing, and it's born of YouTubers and their actions like myself, and then of course people on Instagram and other social media platforms, or people again like myself who have all these social media platforms tied together to put out one message. But what I help people do, in fact, if you type SF Bay Area events in Google, and you'll see my page, my SF Bay Area events calendar there among the top stories. And if you click on the videos, if not all, then most of the videos are me, talking about what's happening in the Bay Area. That's a service that I have. So if you have an event in the Bay Area that you want announced, hire me, I'll do it for you. So there I'm talking about what I do. And I say that because, running your own business is tough. It is not for the faint of heart. I'm telling you, it isn't. And I also remind people that we're all working for somebody else. I'm running my own business, yeah, but having a client means you're working for that person, and you are having to serve that person's interests with respect to their wanting to have their website and message just placed high in search or distributed out and wide for people to see. And that's what I do. But I emphasize this. I have never been paid to take on an opinion I didn't believe. I have never done that. I'm very proud of that. I never have done that. It's always been, hey, Zinni, we see that you agree with us on this product issue or this tech issue. Will you please, help us with social media here? Yeah, and that's what I do. So there you go. So, and Rick, hey, good night, Big A. Full, appreciate it. And John Mark says, that's what I want to do through an internet radio. Yeah. And King Jose says, what time are you streaming tomorrow, Zinni? You always come late. I'm going to try to do it again at 9 o'clock tonight, but I also have Lee Steinberg. We haven't firmed up a time, so it may be tomorrow or Friday, but I'm definitely having Lee Steinberg on this week, before the close of the week, and I'll let you know. Please watch Twitter, and I'll follow up on that. John Mark says, I know what you mean, Zinni. Rick Rice says, nice, Zinni. If I know of any potential clients, I'll send them your way. I had no idea about all this. I just thought you just like listening to yourself talk. Well, I do. But John Mark says, I want to go through that, do that internet radio, which I like to call sponsorships. Yeah, and my media company, I want to get investors to put in. I'm not going to announce the total amount that I seek right now. I'm still writing the pitch deck. Okay, but what I built is a system where someone with an iPhone can upload their YouTube video to my channel, and it's spread out for view rapidly. I call my company concept the CNN of the 21st century. All right, the ability to distribute worldwide news worldwide at least costs possible, using the efficiency of blogs, social media, and the internet. That's the idea. So there you go. Hey, good night, King Jose. Good night, everybody. Good night, King Jose. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, it's 1:33, folks. I'm gonna follow those cues, and I'm about 3 minutes behind where I want. But now, everybody, you have an idea of what I'm about and what I do and everything else. But good night, everybody. Good night. All right. And where's what's his name to basically say what John Marks now says? You can bet your last money. I'm gonna leave the rest of the part of it tomorrow. I gotta figure out another moniker. I gotta stop taking from Don Cornelius. And Ryan Huckabee says, click on the photo with Connor and the Raiders. Hey, Wonder Woman's a Raider. Thank you all. Good night, everybody. You can bet your last money it's all going to be a donkey punch. Good night, 831. Good night. Warriors in 4, although I have my misgivings. Don't forget, Las Vegas Stadium Authority meeting online tomorrow. I'm going to tune in and watch it at 4. And, yeah. Good night, everybody. I think I'll do a live stream around that, too. Yeah, I will. So, 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, Las Vegas Stadium Authority. All right, see you all. See you all. Good night. Good night. Or they say happy trails to everybody. Hop along Cassidy, wasn't that? All right, good night, everybody. I'll see ya. All right.